and welcome back to the channel. Lots of leaves falling on this video. You see tons of leaves. But what I want to talk about on this video is e-bike accidents. And they're saying about how many accidents and people are in the ERs. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about that. So I heard a report today on e-bike accidents, and they were comparing 2017 to now, and now I don't know if this was just the US, I assume, and they were saying about, let me get by this. And they were saying that in 2017 there were 750 ER visits for electric bike riders. And then they were saying today 23,000. And one of the things that's causing this is there's a lot more e-bikes out there, right? And I don't know the exact number of e-bikes that are out there, the comparison from then till now. I don't have those numbers right now, but so I dug a little further to see, well, what's causing this? Who's having these accidents? And so a lot of these are young people, and we're talking youngsters under the age of 18 years old, teenagers or younger. We're talking 10, 11, 12 years old. Yep, riding e-bikes. So then a few other issues with the e-bikes and not being safe are helmets. The lack of people wearing a helmet. And I have no idea why someone would choose not to wear a helmet. You know, they're not that hard to put on your head and protect you. It's easy to do. They're not that expensive. You can buy very expensive ones, but in comparison to your life, the helmet's worth the money. So it's basically a no-brainer, in my opinion, to wear a helmet, people. Wear a helmet. And then another thing that's big on the list, cause of accidents, and this can be absolutely prevented, 100% prevented, and that's drinking and riding. Just like drinking and driving your car. Not a good combination. Don't do it for the sake of yourself or others. Do not drink and ride. That's something we can absolutely take care of. You know, that and the helmet thing. Easy preventatives right there. And no matter what and how safe you are, though, accidents are going to happen. I've had a couple of little accidents on my bike, but it wasn't because I was not wearing a helmet or I was drinking or anything like that. Mine was, I've had a couple of little incidents, and they were just minor myself. There was very slow speed. One of them was coming out of my driveway several years ago. We're talking just after 5 a.m. and I was riding my Rad Rover 4 at the time. This is before I had a YouTube channel or anything like that. And I was riding to work. And there was black ice, and I didn't know it. And my driveway has a slight slope at the time, my driveway. And I come out of the driveway, turned left to go on the road, you know, where I'm going. And the back wheel went out from under me. It slid. So the bike slid. I fell off the bike slid across the road, and luckily there was nobody coming at the time. I'm in a residential area, so I'm not on a busy road or anything at that time of the morning. Not a whole lot of people out and about, so it was still dark outside at that time of the morning. And I had a sore kneecap, but that was about it. I think it was the kneecap, or was the other fall was the kneecap. Anyway, I don't know if I had much of anything really, hurt-wise, so well, I guess they're gonna let me go. But so that was one. The bike was fine, I was fine. Got back on the bike and went back on my merry way. And it was just black ice, and I couldn't tell the driveway was dark color, and so I had no idea. And so that happened. And then my other accident was, and I just recently posted a video talking about that, and a clip at the beginning of the fall where I fell off my Lyric Graffiti X. And that was riding in the snow. I was kind of doing a ride I wanted. It was my first time riding the bike in the snow. I had just gotten the bike on Halloween. And so it was just a few months later that the snow came, and so I wanted to test it in the snow, and I was only going like 8 miles an hour when I fell off the bike. And so there was that, and then that's basically it. But my friend Keith, he had an accident with at the time it was my bike, the Aerial Rider Grizzly, that's dual motor. And that one, he was going around a turn pretty fast, fairly quickly. And I think he might have, I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I think he might have hit the accelerator and accelerated with both motors engaged. And if you've ever ridden a dual motor bike, be careful, because the front motor can spin out on you, especially when you're making a turn like that. If you're accelerating, you don't want to do that. And so I think that's what happened. And he went down and scraped himself up pretty good, his arm and stuff. He ended up buying the bike from me about a year later. Kind of funny. But anyway, yeah, you want to be careful out there, but like I say, accidents happen, but some of these things we can prevent. The other thing that they say is cause of a lot of accidents is reckless riding, right? Doing the wheelies and the swerving in and out of traffic, and riding fast, riding beyond what you need to ride. So the young people, I'm basically on the side that I think you hate to punish anybody, but if it's primarily a lot of it young people riding, then maybe they shouldn't get a bike until they're 16 or 18 years old. Or if they allow the kids to get the bike, then the parents need to be 100%, responsible then for their kids. But some kids are more mature than others, but some, especially when they get in groups, they like to show off, right? So then things happen. But we all want to be safe. We all want to still ride our e-bikes. And the other thing I think we need to watch out for is cars need to watch out for the bikes. That's another one where they say they can't see them. And I'm not sure how you can't see somebody riding a bike. If it's at night, maybe. Night is dangerous to ride. You can be lit up pretty good though. You can get some pretty good lights. But how do you not see somebody on a bike? These are pretty big bikes, and you're sitting up pretty high on them. I don't know how you can't see the bike. Unless the bike is coming out of nowhere, you know, like, and somehow, but if they're riding in the bike lane and stuff, how do you not see them? But cars, you know, car drivers also have to be responsible and look out for bikers, not just e-bikers, any bikers. Because it's basically for all bikers out there. It's not just e-bikes. E-bikes are basically in the bike family, so it's all one. Anyway, let's be safe out there, everyone, and let's watch out for each other. That's a good thing. Let's not ride too fast and ride responsibly. You can ride faster if you get out in the middle of, out in the country roads where there's nobody around. You're not hurting nobody. You're only going to hurt yourself. And there's no bike lanes out there. I've been on lots of those, and I've gone 40 miles an hour before on those roads. I don't always do it, but I have before. I haven't done it in a while, but all right, once that truck gets by, which he did, it's a noisy truck, I'm going to wrap up this video. Thank you very much for joining me on this video. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, thank you very much. Just hit that subscribe button. If you want to be notified as to when the next video comes up on the channel, just hit that notification bell. And if you want to leave a comment on this video or any others that you've seen on the channel, go ahead and leave that in the comments below. Once again, thank you for joining me on this video. And until next time, be safe, everyone, and keep your wheels on the road. See you later.